What's going on, you disgusting dingleberry danglers? I'm Toxic Male. This is Terrence Pop.
What's up, you sleazebag Sallies?
Welcome to Grunt Speak Live, you bitches. 411 lives saved.
Yep, got one more. One more.
And before this chat disappears, I just want to make sure that I shout it out here. Triggers McKnickers because it disappeared from viewer activity. Remember, brothers, this is a critical election year, so expect something really effed up to happen during the summer. Call it Plan B, since fortifying the ice cream social may be impossible now.
Well, there's definitely going to be some crazy shit coming up.
Well, the deep blue states are, they're going to do their thing.
Yeah.
Leftoids going to leftoid.
Absolutely correct.
People want to know what's up with the screen. I got it because I was sick of looking at my Cthulhu cluster fornication that was going on back there.
Yeah, he's got a clusterfuck of cords.
It's a mess. It's a mess.
And you can never really clean it up.
No.
No, I've tried. I bought the gizmos, the hoses, whatever, to make it look. Yeah, fuck it.
No, it's all you can do is make it look like it was on purpose. And that's pretty much the best that you can hope for.
That's correct, because everything has got a bazillion cords.
Yep. Pain in the ass. Welcome back to everybody. Welcome back to Hammerhand, says D-Man50. Thank you all for joining the chat. Already 341 of you over on YouTube. Not a bad night to start off. And I feel sorry for the other, 600, maybe 700 people who are going to miss this gem because I love this story. It makes me happy.
Oh, yeah.
Russian dad accused of killing snuggle struggle expert at childhood sleepovers who abused his 6-year-old daughter avoids murder charges.
And this is in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I love it.
Yeah.
Russian father suspected of killing a man who allegedly schmexually abused his 6-year-old daughter won't be charged with murder after making him dig his own grave.
That's a class act right there.
Yes.
I'm getting sick and tired of these pedos, man.
Me too.
There's way too many of them. And all I can say is the pedos better hope that the rule of law doesn't go away, because there's a lot of people out there who are going to run your asses down and do bad shit to you.
If the rule of law goes away, there's going to be hell to pay.
That's right.
If you know what I say. Doesn't matter if you're gay.
And we're not playing.
Or where you lay.
But yeah, man. Whew.
Shall I go into some more details?
Oh, yeah.
I love this here.
Wasn't there a videotape of the whole thing?
Oh, that's the screwed up part.
Oh, God.
Slava Matrosov, 34, stood accused of stabbing his former friend Oleg, not going to pronounce that, to death in a forest near Vintai, Russia, last year after making him dig his own grave. The incident occurred after Matrosov discovered disturbing footage on his friend's phone while they were out for drinks one night.
Oh, no.
The footage in question allegedly shows Matrosov's young daughter being forced to perform an act on him. In the video, the young child could be heard pleading with him to stop and saying she wanted to go home.
Yep.
I would have done worse.
I would have definitely done worse.
Yes. So now the initial charge of murder was dropped, but he still faces prosecution for, and this is funny, inciting a person to suicide or attempted suicide by threats or abuse.
He'll beat that.
Do you have any idea how many teenage girls would be
I know.
would be guilty of this in this country?
No. He'll listen. He's gonna get a walk on this.
Well, I mean, the public opinion is with him. I mean, there's people praising him for saving our children by ridding us of a child sex attacker, and I can't say that they're wrong.
Did you ever see the video footage of the guy in Texas who came off the phone, a payphone, and basically, put a pistol to the head of the person who raped his son?
No, I did not see that.
Yep, and that was decades ago.
Ooh.
Like the actual news media is following this dude, and he's got like this fucking look on his face, like, oh, fuck you. And then you see the father in the background talking on the phone. They pass by, and then he puts the phone down and literally walks right up to the dude. He's like maybe 10 inches from the dude's,
wow.
thinking meat. And then literally he puts the gun down, holds up his hand. He's like, and, they're like, and the cops knew the guy. They're like, oh my God. Ah! That dude I don't know if he got charged or he got some lesser stuff, but he didn't go away to prison for any length of time.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And I hope Slava beats this, and goes for full Olaf Berserker.
I'm telling you, man, I have no sympathy for you if you need to mess around with kids. Now, if she's like 15 or 16 and you meet her in a bar or somewhere and she looks older, okay,
well, that's different. And when you're talking about a 6-year-old child, there's no confusing that.
No, there is not.
But I mean, all the hormones and bullshit in our food now. I mean, there are 15-year-old teenage chicks who could pass for 20, 21.
Well,
it's insane.
When I was in high school, some of the girls that were in my class were insanely overdeveloped.
Yeah.
And I saw a few of them at the reunion, at the 20-year reunion.
Did they smash into the wall?
Oh my God, they hit the wall and the whole train went right over them to include the caboose.
So they went from to
total cocks. Yep. They did not look good.
At my 10-year reunion, it was not pleasant.
Yeah, and my 10-year reunion, it was really not a big deal.
At that point, you don't change that much, but there are some people who just they take that genetic stopwatch and they're like, I wonder if I can overclock this sumbitch, and then they just
there was a couple guys there at the 10-year reunion who were still doing had that attitude that they're better than you and shit.
Oh.
And I remember after we had the reunion at the 10-year reunion, we went to a bar where I was hanging there. And I remember this one dude, he's like the captain of the football team. And I'm talking to a couple people. He walks up and literally starts talking over me. And I go, hey, bro, this ain't high school. And you don't have a 30 to 50 pound weight advantage. What do you think's going to happen now? He's like, well, I'm like, look, that's right. Just backpedal your way out of here. Boom. And don't interrupt me again. Because I would have loved to rip him apart.
Yeah, there are some people who just don't grow up.
Yeah, I have very few regrets other than there should have been more ass kicking when I was in school.
Amen. Oh man, so we know how they handle the kid sniffing in Russia. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, over here in the good old USA of today, I'm sure a lot of you have heard about this. USA Today faces backlash and deletes a series of tweets which normalize pedophilia by claiming it is misunderstood and a condition determined in the womb.
All right, hang on. Whoa. All right, so if you want some sympathy for this, go look in the dictionary between shit and syphilis, because that's the only place you're going to find it in regards to this.
I
have no sympathy for those people at all. None.
They're sick. And we know what happens. I mean, we're seeing the results in women's sports right now. What happens when you attempt to normalize something that needs treatment? And that's not dehumanizing to point that out. No. It's actually more dehumanizing to push them along a path that could potentially lead to the self-destruction or, the soul murder of children in this case.
Well, first of all, you can't actually get anyone who thinks this way or wants to do this. You cannot cure them.
Yeah.
They need to be zeroed out.
Yeah. And of course, after their initial publishing of the article, they, how shall we say, backpedoed?
Yeah,
a little bit. Well, they changed it. Well, we think we know. It's complicated research now behind this condition.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No.
It's sick, it's disgusting, it's vile. Trying to normalize it in any way, shape, or form makes you just as culpable and just as evil. Suck it, swallow, Space Ghost.
That's right. I literally I'm at a loss here.
Yeah.
I have no idea why we're even coddling these fucktards. I don't get it.
Well, and the thing is, we know where this leads. The
Yeah.
whole born this way argument, sooner or later, that completely goes away. In fact, you can't even claim it now because these are people on the same side of the political spectrum claiming gender doesn't exist. So it's like, I can't imagine how Kamala Harris must have felt. Yay, I'm the first female VP. And wait a minute, my party doesn't recognize gender. Fuck.
Yep.
Damn it.
I don't know, man. All I could say is this. I don't have any sympathy for people that do this. If you went to prison for diddling young kids, as far as I'm concerned, the people in the institution should handle their business. You should not be getting out.
No. Yeah, there are some instances where I think chemical castration should be mandatory, and
No.
when it's something like this, that's clearly something that does not stop. I mean, you can't make the decision to stop.
This is how the problem is handled.
Yeah,
You engage the individual in conversation. And meanwhile, on the third floor, your associates are dropping a floor buffer on him. Boom! Done. It was an accident. It could have happened to anyone.
It's
1 in a million, huh?
1 in a million. You ever see Dead Like Me? Man, I bet it was those damn Grim Reapers.
I'm telling you, man.
Boom!
Stop it. Stop it. Stop! Oh, and I got my merch on today.
Yeah.
I have no more feelings left to hurt.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your ex-hooer took care of that.
It's pretty much where I am.
Yeah,
You can only have your heart ripped out of your asshole so many times before it doesn't grow back.
that's true. Hey, you know what the difference is between 3 dicks and a joke?
What?
Your ex-wife can't take a joke.
Allegedly. What? You're going to get me fucking sued,
I'm sorry.
man.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
no, I'm
God.
not. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Jumping into the chat here, we got a few things that we can talk about here. Reaper01, pour the strong stuff. I'll wait. Ready on the right, ready on the left.
Yep.
Blake, fire at will. Wango Tango in the email.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Tango.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
The subject says dick worm pending.
Oh, God.
Oh, okay. Let me Dynaside 13's wine here. Here we go. Last week, I got a phone call from Razor Blade Chick asking me out to lunch. The one who carved his name into her body in multiple places that was kneeling on the rice. At first, I said no, but agreed once she said her husband would be present as I thought it was safe. Upon arriving, they were very nice and bought my meal, including anything extra I wanted, so naturally I was suspicious. But to my surprise, the husband finally explained that they wanted to film a cuck scene for their OrnPay Hub account.
Oh, my God, no.
My first thought was hell no until they offered me $300 along with complete anonymity during the scene. Let me guess, the next line is don't judge me. My first thought was wait till Pop and Blake hear this dick worm be damned. So on the day of the shoot, oh God.
Here we go.
Everything was ready when I got there. But, here we go. But things went left as they locked the 3 of us in the basement and I saw the shock collar around the husband's neck.
Oh, no.
I tried to back out, but the husband pleaded with me that everything was safe and above board as the couple did this often when they were away with relatives. Oh, God! Not with relatives. And disregard the shock collar, Grandma. It's nothing. This is what shitty people do. They gave me another $300 to stay. Once the scene was underway, this chick would repeatedly shock and verbally castrate this guy regularly, even going so far as gargling my bazooka juice.
God damn.
Each prophylactic before spitting it in his face and discarding them. Also, I never heard this many shag-related N-bombs from a white woman in my life. This went on for 4 hours with breaks until I noticed these 2 were bugging out and doing weird shit. Then Razor Chick broke out in a wild seizure and the guy was barely conscious. It took me an hour to find the key to the padlock on the basement door. And once the EMT arrived, it was discovered that these 2 had overdosed on ecstasy pills and would need immediate stomach pumps. The hospital determined that in addition to the pills, the chick needed to be treated for vaginal inflammation caused by dehydration and increased friction during the scene.
Oh, my God.
Fortunately, when the cops arrived, I was let go as the scene was filmed, and the husband explained that I knew nothing about the drugs, but these two are being charged for possession of controlled substances. I'll try my best to get police reports and or hospital records as proof.
All right.
I know it's my fault, so as of tonight, I'm officially taking the next week off from chicks.
First of all, if I go to somebody's house and they lock me in, I am going into full combat mode until I get the fuck out of there. I would not tolerate that at all.
And Sogo just put this one in my head, man. If he had to give either one of them an adrenaline shot, pulp friction. Bing, 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 bing.
Oh, God damn,
that's terrible.
Terrible.
We should just end early tonight. All right, we'll see you guys on Thursday. I'm out.
But the thing is,
wow,
this is becoming normalized.
it's disgusting.
It is.
Well, this is what happens when men are not being raised with a father in the house.
And
they learn to idolize women.
And
they look to them as authority figures.
The testosterone is like sinking into the basement for men. Yeah.
And it doesn't help that a bunch of these morons drink tap water, Not like it's filled with the estradiols from all that birth control that these chicks are taking or anything. Just gargle it and spit it out,
Oh,
dudes.
God.
Ugh, it's disgusting. In fantasy, I die. The woman who hit on me at work is now leaving me alone after finding out I have no social media. I'm invisible, so I can't be controlled. Winning!
Nice.
That's the way to do it, guys. Have as small a footprint as possible.
We're going to probably have to put that in the Working Man Survival Guide because that's one of the strategies.
Yeah, or at the very least, if you're going to have a page, have it be a fake name and use it as a lurker page so that you can see what these people might be doing behind your back. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Blood or water. You ever wake up with a hangover and next to a... What? Oh, you ever wake up with a hangover next to a fat girl and a mouthful of flour?
No.
He spelled fat girl backwards. I was very confused for a moment. Sue-wee, sue-woo.
Tafflig.
Tafflig. It hurt her feelings, man.
Yeah. Don't do that, man.
Don't do that, man. Don't do it.
Sweet.
Sue-woo. I'm attempting to get Super Chats to come up on MGTOW.tv. They did a big software update recently.
Yes.
And the link that I normally use to look at the Super Chats is no longer operable, and attempting to look at Super Chats on the site itself is not working. So if we miss anything on tonight, I apologize. Hopefully Amr's watching. He can get on that.
How many people have watching now?
Looking over at Odyssey, we got 97 watching on Odyssey. Thank you all very much. And Falk for Life, how's it going, Turd Tappers? With a live chat over there. Turd Tappers. Fudge Packers. Ugh. Poo Pokers. Fudge fuckers. 62 viewers on D Live. How you guys doing over there, Reverend Fry? Dropped a hammer now. Is I don't even know how to describe that gif, but it's funny. And 41 on MGTOW.tv, 717. Actually, just jumped to 729 over on YouTube. And we got a duck in the chat. Quack, 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 quack. All right, pitter patter, let's get at her. Jumping over to you here. One of my favorite things this week that just goes to show you how absolutely insane the Leftoids have gotten.
Yep.
If you don't know about this, you're behind. Democrats are okay with fines, prison, and mandates for poke deniers. Oh, who invited Michael Jackson into CBS? Anyway, go down here. Rasmussen reports favorability for fines for noncompliance, 38%. Party breakdowns, only 19% of Republicans are in favor of it. Those people are cooks.
Yep.
25% of independents, cooks. 55% of Democrats.
Well, first of all,
this is where that mental illness thing comes in.
the poke and smoke is not delivering what it was promised.
No.
It was, in the beginning, it was nearly 90% resistant.
Yeah. This is the only way to go back to normal.
Yep. And then we've watched the effectiveness go down and down and down. And now that you have to have a boosting poke after boosting poke.
Yep.
And no matter what you do, you cannot comply yourself, or no one can ever comply out of tyranny.
No. You don't comply your way out of a totalitarian regime. It doesn't work that way.
Absolutely correct.
You vote your way into socialism, you shoot your way out.
Yep.
End of story. Home confinement for those who are non-poked. 79% of the GOP were opposed. Again, you got 21% who are just complete cucks, or maybe they didn't understand the question. 59% of Democrats favored it.
Yeah. That's why I literally I have cut those people for the most part out of my life.
Yep. And 48% of Democrats are in favor of jail and or fines if you question it on social media.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
You know, I got a whole bag of dicks you can eat. In fact, I got a whole can of worms you can eat if you prefer.
Whole bag of dicks.
Whole bag of dicks.
Hey!
I know, I threatened your ex-whore with a good time.
Hey, come on now.
And yet, this is going on at the same time that the CDC, which, by the way, just a month ago, if you questioned them at all, they were in favor of these fines and jail time for you. Now the leftoids are questioning the CDC, and it's okay when they do it. And I would be too. More patients are getting the EOW during hospital stays, and experts worry it's because infected healthcare workers are sick on the job. Gee.
Okay. Well, all right, let's get this straight here. All right. You are never, ever going to get rid 100% of illnesses being transmitted in the air.
No.
Flu, colds, what have you. It's not going to stop.
Especially
ever.
something this non-lethal and vastly transmissible.
Okay, so we haven't actually come up with a cure for the common cold.
No.
Because the coronavirus is a common cold.
Yeah, and that's what really cracks me up. People are like, you can get this more than once. Oh my God, the sky is falling. It's like, how many colds have you had in your life? How many flus? That's how many different strains there are out there. And there's new ones every year. We don't freak out about those.
Now, I usually get, hammered with the flu once every 2 years, and then I'll catch one cold in the winter, maybe two sometimes.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Billy Von Baum in the chat. How you doing, Billy? He posted a new video today. It was pretty good stuff. Koof remakes. You guys should go subscribe to his channel. Check it out. Didn't mean to interrupt you there. I just happened to notice he was in the chat. So, but this is hysterically funny to me. I mean, it was, last year, the 2020 healthcare workers were heroes. That you still see those stupid, placard signs outside of these hospitals.
Yeah, they're heroes that had no time to do anything other than make TikTok videos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that they had no time whatsoever because everything was completely overburdened. They were so overburdened to the point that none of the emergency hospitals that were constructed were ever used.
Correct. Though I will say, I do have a couple friends of mine who are first responders in New York, actual.
Yeah. And
they were when they were getting slammed early 2020 with a happy hypoxia. Mm-hmm. It was a real thing. Yep. I trust these people with my life. And one of them said he literally would start shift at 8, and he was working 16 hours a day just to keep up with all the craziness.
Yeah, and then and somebody like him, if he refused to get the jab, he would get fired because all of a sudden those same heroes, if they refuse to take the experimental poke, fuck them.
Yeah, and
you're not heroes anymore. You're unemployed.
And the Supreme Court said it's okay.
Yeah, that's totally okay. Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Bunch of fucking traitors. And now it's okay if you are symptomatic, as long as you've had the poke, to come back into the hospital and infect a bunch of people.
That's correct.
Because you agreed to take the poke. Meanwhile, the completely healthy, unpoked people at home, who you put out of a job after calling them heroes,
fuck them.
Fuck them.
And actually, the poke and smoke it's making people super spreaders.
It is.
It's making people super spreaders.
Because they said flat out that it's not about the poke, it's about the amount of virus around you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And how exactly is everyone kowtowing to this fascistic corporate regime you've concocted going to change that? It's not.
Well, also, some of the viral load counts in people who've been poked and smoked were like 10, 15, 20 times higher than
Amy Horton?
than a person who gets sick, has a certain amount of viral load.
Yeah.
Then you have somebody getting the poke and smoke.
Yep.
And their viral load, even though they're not really feeling it, is 10 to 25 times higher than somebody who's actually...
Yeah.
That's a super spreader.
Yeah, and they're walking around viral shedding and shedding those spike proteins all over people. Just shooting that spike protein, a big hot load of spike protein all over your face and belly.
Yep.
Just want to share my throbbing disease and shoot hot spike all over you.
Slinging spike like an old bird feeder.
So disgusting. How do we get here? It's all my fault.
Hey. Oh, my
It's
Lord.
all my fault. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Here we get it out. We got to do it here. But no, wait. We already saw her. Got to move on to the next one. Out with the old, in with the new.
Ooh.
Thank you to Gianni for that one there. We have to pay homage to a legend. This guy, genius that he is, understanding the stupid rules that are in place by the FAA, flew an entire flight with a French fry in his mouth just so he wouldn't have to put on a face diaper.
Good for him.
Legend.
Golf clap
Legend.
right there.
So there's a video of this guy here, but I don't think there's any actual stuff with it, but we'll take a listen. Nope, no audio. He's just chilling, man.
It's like a toothpick.
I wonder if he had, like a couple little extra ones that he just kept from, like the Arby's or whatever in the
It could
in
be.
the airport.
Could be. I mean,
Genius.
It's genius. I should do that. It's almost that's almost as genius as me playing. I have Tourette's when I wanted to get my own.
I appreciated that.
Yeah,
I thought that was hilarious.
so I get my own whole seat to myself in the train.
It worked.
Fuck yeah, it did.
It worked great.
Yes, it did.
Big Dan in L.A. says the only SCOTUS justice worth saving is Clarence Thomas.
I'm going to be honest.
That man is long overdue for his vengeance against a certain Beijing Biden.
Yep. Absolutely correct. But yeah, the Supreme Court is, they're fucked up, man.
Traitors.
They've moved so far away from the Constitution. It's just time to shut it down and start over. Mm-hmm. In my opinion.
No, they're not even supposed to weigh public opinion or pragmatism in any of their decisions. It's supposed to be a strictly constitutional analysis, and I couldn't tell you the last time they ever fucking did that.
They very rarely do that.
Yeah.
It needs to be.
Yeah, they have more in common now with Facebook's fact checkers than they do with Supreme Court justices.
Absolutely correct.
Suck a dick!
They're literally changing the course of this country based on their opinions.
Yep. And you keep doing stuff like that, sooner or later, it's not going to go so well for you.
Nope.
Private pound that ass. Jackal sent the next woody booty shipment, you lumpy, bumpy, mouthy, pumpy givers.
That's a mouthful.
That was very much a mouthful. All right, we'll work them into the next stream because we got a lot of butts tonight. Hopefully Keith Peterson's in the chat because I loaded this one up with asses just for you, sir. I anticipated you arriving. I even have some new tech butts in there for you. Dinosaur 13. Jesus Christ, Raper. What the ever-loving fuck? I concur with that question.
Holy smoking Joe Frazier.
I don't know why the hell he ever agreed to that. If they have to offer you money to get you to do something you would ordinarily do for free, chances are
it's not good.
It's going to come with some strings attached, and some of those strings might be dangling out of a bloody vahoo-ha.
Yeah, you know what? I couldn't do it.
No, no.
I'd be like, nah.
Ugh.
Nah.
If they asked me, my first instinct would be, No, I think I'm good.
No, I've never actually been approached for any crazy shit like that. I mean, I've had women hit on me. You know, some of them were like literally walk up and grab your package in the bar. You're like, hey, oh,
Hey, how you doing? Yeah.
okay, we're there. All right.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all you need, right?
I just went from 1 to 8 right here. Yeah.
For all the haranguing and whining women, especially on social media about men, we're not complicated.
No.
I mean, we're not going to read between the lines if you expect us to be a mind reader, but
Yeah. Well, first of all,
we're not complex.
if we speak to you and you're female and you don't understand or you get upset, it doesn't make us upset.
No.
We're like, we'll just explain it to you another way. Whereas women are like, well, you should know. Like,
No.
I shouldn't have to explain myself. Like, what the fuck?
Or if you do have to explain it to them and they're a leftoid, oh, you're mansplaining to me. Wait.
Yeah. Yeah. And the funny, I've seen that blow up on some people. I've seen some female commanders pull that shit.
Oh, they try to resort to the mansplaining card?
Yeah, this was
Oh, boy.
2 years before I retired.
Oh, boy.
There was a female. She wasn't one of my commanders. She was another company, and she pulled the mansplaining comment to their supply sergeant. He was like, "Oh, okay," and then he just quit. He quit talking. And so after that, like literally, she would ask him questions about the supply books. He goes, "Well, ma'am, I'm just going to give you the whole spreadsheet because I don't want to mansplain to you." And then she would get all upset about it.
So it's okay when you say it.
Yeah. And so the battalion commander was just like, well, you did tell him to stop mansplaining. So
Yeah. It's like white dudes on 8 Mile dropping the N-bomb. It's like, hey, you can't use that word. Only we can use that word. If it's offensive and only one of us says it, I think we know who the racist is.
Yeah. Well, it was the look on her face. 'Cause I was up in Mattydale at the flagpole because I was a detachment, so I was an hour away. And I was there for that weekend when that happened. And I was literally like, oh, yeah. What do you mean? You are my supply sergeant. Yeah.
Just rubber face in it.
Yeah. And he's just like, ma'am, I tried to give you the numbers. You keep mansplaining. So I'm just giving you the whole spreadsheet. You can look at the raw data and figure it out yourself, ma'am.
In other words.
Okay, we're going to have to go with a big fuck off.
That's pretty much what went down. She almost looked like she was going to start crying and shit. I was just like, oh, God damn it.
Yeah, let her cry. She can end her own career that way.
Well, typically, I've had commanders like on the verge of tears, and all of them were females.
Of course.
A couple of them actually started crying. Yeah, and one of them I actually thought she was a decent commander, so I literally walked out into the quad, grabbed her by the arm, dragged her into the office, shut the door, and said, "What the fuck are you doing? You don't cry in front of your subordinates, man. Never."
Never.
I mean, you might be able to get away with it if, like, somebody
dies,
died,
family dies, something. Yeah.
or if you're in a war zone and somebody in your command that you work with on a regular basis gets whacked. Nobody's gonna
Judge you for that.
But if things get hard and you're like, I mean, oh, dude, you don't do that at all.
Dina, you forgot the cover sheet on your TPS report.
Yeah, Dina never cried in front of anybody, but she probably did because, my fucking.
I'm sure she cried herself to sleep after.
Oh, dude, I had that woman caught up in all kinds of administrative violence and went on for like half a decade.
Good. Fuck her.
Yeah, like her command haunted, like the IG complaints
Haunted.
and the administrative violence I executed against that woman really haunted her for the remainder of her career. She got held back from getting full bird. Okay, and she finally made the full bird. She was in the rank for 1 year, and then the general in the command basically went in her office and said, "Drop your packet. You're retiring."
Ooh.
So you have to have the rank for 3 years to get paid at your new rank, or 2 years. I think it's 2 years. I don't know. I think it's 3 years for officers, 2 years for enlisted. So,
oh boy!
Every time she gets her retirement check, I hope she's like that motherfucking Sergeant Bob. It's just,
yeah,
glorious.
All right. Fair warning to those of you watching on MGTOW.tv tonight, if it's working for you, because right now I am having trouble getting it to load. Comments are not loading. The page itself is not loading. If you wish to watch the stream, I would suggest going over to Odyssey until this is fixed. And probably your best way to do donations would be through Odyssey itself if you have an account there, or Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/Redonkulas/pop/tip. Just the tip. And that's the best suggestion I can give you, because right now I cannot get the page to load.
Nope.
It's what happens, man. The more you overtake the plumbing, the easier it is to stop up the drain. I hope you get it fixed, Dahmer. You're a good man. Shark dentures on Streamlabs. I have a mild lingering cold or flu right now. Occasional coughing fits. Oh, wait, my mistake. There are no new flu cases since 2019.
All right, give me a minute.
Where you going?
Blood pressure pill.
Blood pressure pill. All right, fine. Fat Punisher.
And now, performing another classical work, the Great Wackarotti.
Oh God, this is making me burp like a mother. I'm going out.
Should I make that a ringtone?
Yeah, maybe.
Just take all the
Listen.
burps, put them in a row, make it a ringtone.
Well, the thing is, I take a blood pressure pill that has a little bit of water, a water pill in it.
Oh, it'll flush you right.
So I take it. I usually hold off and taking it till I check my blood pressure. I check it at noon. I check it again at 4 or 5 o'clock. If it's high at noon, I take it. If it's high, if it's normal, I continue on. I check it again 4 or 5, and if it's a little elevated, then I take it.
Understood.
Unfortunately, with beer and that, things happen. Plus, I'm trying to stay hydrated.
Yes, it does.
So I want to get back into shape.
It's not like they didn't, tell you not to take your blood pressure medication with beer or anything.
I know. I know.
But hey, if you spent your life worrying about where you were going to be tomorrow, you wouldn't be where you are today.
That's right. And my doctor's retiring. I have to get a new one.
You need to find another Spetsnaz, dude.
I don't think that's going to happen.
And Terrence, you're going to die.
That dude's hilarious, man.
Down to side 13. One of two. I hate politicians. All I want is to make an honest living. Buy a plot of land between Bumfuck and Timbuktu in the up north region and build it up so when and if I have kids, they can use it to be self-sustainable, have fun outdoors, shooting ATVs, etc. But, oh no, we got to switch it up here.
There we go.
Out with the old, in with the new.
Mm-hmm. That's a round one.
One party barely has balls and the other wants to make that honest living illegal. Put me in a camp for medical apartheid and wrong thing at best. There's no negotiation or compromise. All I want is the American dream, and they want it dead. Noff.
Okay, the left literally wants all of the automobiles gone.
Yep.
And they think they're going to replace them all with electric cars by like 2030.
Yeah, and that worked out so great in Cuckold, Stan, with these newest power problems.
Yeah.
When they were flat out told, you really shouldn't charge your cars. Well, then I can't go to work. I'm sorry.
That's ridiculous.
No fucks.
Yeah. They're idiots.
Yes, they are. Going to California for a coherent train of thought is like watching somebody with no thumbs try to use chopsticks.
Oh, my God. It's brutal.
Wizoid Gaff on Odyssey. Can you show real butts on new tech?
Yeah,
I can. I can't show, butts with what's in between.
There could be no lippage.
There could be no lippage.
Lippage or cupping of the lips.
But, we'll have some new tech butts for
But
you
there
later.
could be bare butt. Yes.
There could be some bare butt. Not like totally bare butt, but, There has to be like a shred of clothing on there, even if it's just a shred.
Now, if we have our own server,
Oh, then it's game on.
it's game on.
We'll show you whatever the hell we want.
We'll do whatever the hell we want.
We get to that point, I will show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
All right.
All right. And with that being said, it's time for Hiding with Biden.
Oh, God. God damn.
Oh, he's such a failure.
What is he doing?
So what's our count on YouTube?
You ain't black.
847. Thank you all for tuning in tonight.
All right.
Oh, and I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Beijing Biden actually admitted what the voting rights bill is all about. And I'm sure in the process pissed off all the people who are in charge of his animatronic puppetry.
See, all right, before you play this,
Okay.
I've said this before, and I'll say it again. In 2022, we need to have a presence at every voting station in the country.
Yes.
We need to be there in overwhelming numbers. All right. If you are a member of a militia, have them there nearby to keep this craziness from happening again. And there's a historic precedence for this. Look up Battle of Athens.
Yep.
This took place in the 40s. Crazy shenanigans were taking place. The veterans said, fuck this, went in there, hand counted it all, and confirmed there was shagnanigans going on.
All the shagnanigans.
All right. Now, we know they're playing games with the voting craziness because they don't want to give up power. All right. They're literally scheming and conniving to further destroy the voting process and how this country was supposed to run.
Yep.
Okay, this can't be allowed to stand.
No. And when you federalize the voting process, which is something that was never, ever in the cards.
Correct.
We know what you're really doing.
Yeah, and, we can't, if you're a member of the union, you have the right, at least you should have the right if you're an equal member of this union, to go to the Supreme Court and sue another state in the union.
Yeah.
If the
it's a
Supreme
union.
Court says you have precedence, then guess what? There is no union. Why the fuck are you even in it?
Yep.
All right. That's me.
It is what it is. But you're absolutely right. And that's why the Supreme Court is full of a bunch of traitors, because
Absolutely
they
correct.
refuse to look into it. All right, here we go. The truth right from Beijing Biden's own squirt extractor. Wah, 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 wah. Look at him stumbling around. He walks like he's got a dump in his pants.
He probably does.
You all ask questions about complicated subjects like, can you get this done? I hope we can get this done. The honest to God answer is, I don't know whether we can get this done. Is this mic on? I guess, anyway. And, and I'm not sure either. But anyway, I hope we can get this done. But I'm not sure. But one thing for certain, like every other major civil rights bill that came along, if we missed the first time, we could come back and try it a second time. We missed this time. And the state legislative bodies continue to change the law, not as to who can vote, but who gets to count the vote. Count the vote. Count the vote. It's about election subversion, not just whether or not people get to vote.
Oh,
Who counts
go.
the vote? That's what this is about. That's what makes this so different than anything else we've ever done. I don't know that we can get it done, but I know one thing. As long as I have a breath in me, as long as I'm in the White House, as long as I'm engaged at all,
We're gonna
I'm be
steal the
fighting
next one.
to change the way these legislatures have moving. Thank you.
Wah.
Okay. So, correct me if I'm wrong. You go to 7-Eleven. You want to buy cigarettes. You don't have your ID. What happens? No cigarettes.
No cigarettes. You want to get on a plane. You don't have your ID. What happens?
No flying.
No flying.
You want to buy booze. Don't have ID. Sorry.
Nope, not going to happen.
If you're in one of those states where marijuana is legal, you got to be 18.
Yeah. No
you don't
ID.
have ID. No Mary Jane. Do you want to?
No Mary Jane.
But somehow, the left wants people to vote without ever showing ID or pre-registering.
Yep.
You can literally walk up and say, I live here now. I want to vote.
Yeah. The only thing they want to be more complicated is buying a firearm. And even that they want to take away from you.
Correct. Absolutely correct. And listen, everyone in my audience should own a minimum of 3 firearms. You should have a pistol. You should have a rifle. And you should have a shotgun.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. And if you don't have those platforms, figure it out and get those platforms.
Yeah. Yeah, and in the meantime, do not allow yourself to be blackpilled because that's what they want. Get involved, state and local level, because that's where most of the laws that affect you on the daily come from.
Yep.
Run for local office, get some populists to run for local office, take this system back from the ground up.
That's absolutely correct.
Because it's working.
Yes, it is. It is. And, guess what? On Sundays, when I do the supporter streams, about 20% of the questions I field on there are about firearms and ammunition. Become a supporter. If you have any questions in regards to prepping, survival, tactics, weaponry, ammo, anything along those lines, become a supporter, and you can talk to me directly on Sundays so I can answer your questions.
Do it. Now, this one has been a big request, so we have to talk about it.
All right. Oh, my.
You've heard about the big Aloha snack bar situation that was resolved in Texas recently.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hang on. Hang on. All right. Remember we did shows in the past that we basically debunked all of the white supreme pizza statistics?
Yeah.
Now, I can almost guarantee you what happened at the synagogue in Texas.
It's going to get filed under
It's going to get filed under the white supreme pizza, even though it was done by the religion of peace and an individual from one of the peaceful nations out there.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just start off before we get into this.
Yeah.
That's how insane this is becoming.
Yes, it is. And, first person we have to go for comment on this, of course, is our stunning and brave, duly elected commander-in-chief, or as I like to call him, the Fresh Prince of Smell Hair.
Dude, I gotta write that down. God damn, you're on fire
Joe
today.
Biden on the Muslim hostage taker. I don't think there's sufficient information to know why he targeted that synagogue. I can't imagine why. Get your fat space ass back here. No, I can't imagine. I mean, it's not as if we know the identity of the guy. FBI identified him, the now deceased hostage taker, as Malek Faisal Akram from Great Britain, the place where they elected a jizz lamb as the mayor of London, who says that if you're going to live in the big city, terrorism is just kind of part of it, so you're just going to have to live with it.
That is so ridiculous.
He is the brother of a convicted terrorist serving an 86-year sentence.
Wow.
And what did he want? He wanted something Siddiqui. I don't remember the name
now,
right now. It's in one of the
one of his demands was to
release this something Siddiqui who
and to get tried by a jury but had no Jewish
no
people.
Jews. No Jews on the jury, not allowed. But he never got to deal with that because he went full Sonny Corleone or Bonnie and Clyde situation. He went out in a blaze of glory.
Okay. Now, just a side note here. If you are in a position where you're completely surrounded, you might as well, and you decide you're not giving up, take as many with you as you can.
That's how they do it.
That's just my opinion, of course. I hope that it never happens. I don't want anyone to be in that situation. But if you should ever find yourself in, surrounded by bad guys or what have you, and it's done deal.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Just go full Rogue One.
Put a dent in the fender.
It's the only good part of that movie. Oh, this is a suicide mission? All right.
That's the only reason why I stayed in the theater and watched that.
That and that Darth Vader scene was pretty fucking sweet.
I didn't know anything. The Darth Vader scene, it was okay. It comes towards the end of the movie, right?
Yes, that's right at the very end, yeah. Right before it opens up a plot hole big enough for Tess Holliday to drive a minivan through it.
I swear to you, I put my napkin in my
You were getting ready to go, weren't you?
in my popcorn bucket. I'd set it on the seat next to me, and I'm literally about to get up. And they start having the talk about. I'm like, what?
What?
Oh, one with a trip. Oh, okay.
All right,
I
now I
gotta
gotta
watch
sit
it now. That's the only reason I stayed.
Yep.
A suicide mission. You gotta respect it.
Gotta respect it. All right, this article here, before I get to the headline, okay, we're going to read this here, and then it makes the headline even more egregious. It summarizes it perfectly. On Saturday, a Pakistani man entered the Beth Israel synagogue in Colleyville, Texas, and took several members hostage. The hostage taker in Texas at a Jewish synagogue claimed he was the brother of a convicted teriyakist serving an 86-year sentence. The man says he's the brother of Pakistani terrorist Aifa Siddiqui, also known as Lady Al-Qaeda. Seems pretty cut and dry to me. But out with the old, in with the new.
All right.
Our stunning and brave Michigan's own AG, appointed by Gretchen Schittler, or Stretchen Gretchen, as she's lovingly remembered by the people who used to cornhole her in high school and
The
college.
genocidist?
Michigan AG Dana Nessel suggests white supreme pizza is to blame for the Texas synagogue Jizlamist attack.
Wow.
And I say Jizlam because that's how they spend their weekends.
I'm beside myself. I just can't believe how stupid that person.
Well, they're going to reclassify this as a right extreme crime.
Yes, they are.
You know that they are.
Hey, do you have that? Did you ever find that meme I sent you for all of the mass shooters in 2021? The poster that had all the pictures?
I have a plan.
Oh,
I
okay.
have a plan.
All right, we think alike, bro. I like it.
This is so great. This bit of reality was too much for the several prominent leftoids in the United States. The FBI is still looking for a motive. And they have no trouble labeling Trump supporters as terrorists. In fact, they have many of them still detained in solitary confinement for doing nothing more than loitering around the Capitol last year.
And they were let in.
And they were let in by Capitol Police, who then suddenly turned on them and deliberately murdered a woman.
It's on camera, too.
Yep.
I sent you that footage.
FBI spokesman from the Muslim hostage takers, we're continuing to work to find a motive.
He said he wanted...
He told you what he
told
wanted.
you exactly what he wanted.
I can't imagine why he'd be saying them down there with the anti-Semite stuff. Anti-Semite sounds like something that you'd have to treat a tree for with the Orkin man.
Absolutely correct.
Son of a bitch.
God damn it.
Damn it, you mother
bitches.
fornicators, man. Mother fornicating is how we like to spend a
damn
Thursday night. Motherfuckers.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
I mean, it's not like it's written in their doctrine. Oh, wait. I find it hysterically funny that leftoids have been screaming about, members of the National Socialist Party, and calling everyone but the people who actually have Jew-hating in their doctrine.
Correct.
All
right, now, listen.
Cut me some slack.
I've read the Quran, and that is some pretty crazy shit in there.
A little bit.
I've read the Old Testament and the New Testament, and there's a lot of crazy shit in there.
Yes.
Okay. Now, in today's day and age, how often are Christian nations stoning people to death?
Can't really think of any.
In Christian nations, how many people are being thrown off roofs?
Can't really think of any.
For, wanting to get, a pint of throat yogurt. From
somebody of the same XY persuasion. Yeah.
From somebody who has their own meat straw. Okay. Hey!
Hey, you said it.
Hey! You goddamn bitch, goddamn. All right, I'm just saying. Okay. Granted, all of the religions are just psycho.
Yes.
Okay, you can't even in India, you read some of their texts. It's so convoluted. There's so many rules. It's insane.
Yeah.
But even India, if you're born in a certain caste, you're the equivalent of having permanent dog shit in your hair. That's how they treat you.
Yeah.
Okay, bottom line, religion is fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay, and I am not a fan of organized religion in one hand, but in the other, you might need it because things are going off the rail.
Sometimes the only thing that'll help a person who has gone completely off the deep end is Jesus. I'm just saying.
Correct. How else are we going to teach people morality?
Well,
they're not learning it in school.
They sure as shit are not learning it from leftism or Marxism. Marxism is directly responsible for the deaths of over hundreds of millions of people.
Yeah, I could.
Religion can't even hold a candle to that.
Well,
it can't. Trust me, I've done the research.
You have?
Yes.
I don't know.
The world population back in the days of things like the Inquisition and the Crusades and stuff like that. By the way, the Crusades were completely justified. It wasn't even a fraction of what it is now, so the death counts, not even close.
Yeah, and you are correct with the first crusade kicking off because Islam was just savage, just going crazy.
Yeah.
There was no resistance to it. They were murdering everyone there because it's part of their doctrine.
Yeah, but we're going off in a theological.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
We're going off in a theological direction. When really we know what's going to happen here is
church and state.
This is going to get reclassified as either white supreme pizza or right wing extremism, which people tend to kind of conflate. You know. But
now I sent you this.
We have what we call they're a problem.
All right, now
when you look at the facts of mass shooters,
the FBI. They call a mass shooter an incident where an individual starts shooting and at least 2 people get hit, wounded or killed.
Yep.
Here we go.
Yeah. The list of mass shooters from 2021, you might notice that it's not going to fit the narrative that they're going to try to shove down your throat like a greedy cock.
There you go.
First
of all, listen, I'm not a liar. I'm not good at it.
Yeah, and we don't tint these like CNN to try to push a narrative. It just is what it is.
Wow.
And I can't even fit them all on the screen. That's how many there are.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep going down. Like,
is that all of them? I don't even think that's all of them.
It might not be all of them, but there's at least a couple hundred here.
Yeah, look at that.
This is insane.
All right. So,
but yeah, white supreme pizza, really the problem.
So this is what we need to do. We need to cut this out as a piece, and we'll post this up by itself in a few days. So when if you have friends that are on the left and they talk about all this white supreme pizza craziness, you show them that clip and go, there you go.
Yeah, did you see all those white supreme pizzas?
I know. Holy smoke, Joe Frazier.
Extra cheese.
There was a lot of people on there were probably hurting for vitamin D.
That's very true. Hurting for the only thing that they weren't hurting for is melanin.
I would say so. Yeah. Now let's be honest. I'm going to be honest. The people in this world who are melanin challenged, when they really get worked up, we've almost destroyed the entire Earth several times, and I'm pretty sure we'll be successful at it.
Yes. At
some point or another.
Oh, and another thing that kind of flies in the face of the left in this particular instance when it comes to the jizz lamb, teriyaki-ist down in Texas, is that they seem to think that if you make a law, people will just follow it. Right? Except for when you create a heartbeat law in Texas to do with abortion, then women will just figure out a way to get it anyway. And then every gun owner does that Nicolas Cage thing like, you don't say. Here we go. Police in Manchester arrest 2 teenagers over Texas synagogue siege that saw anti-Semitic terrorist from Blackburn shot dead. As first picture of gunman emerges and his devastated brother says he had a criminal record. How was he allowed to travel? Well, because he got the poke and smoke. I'm sure that's why he was allowed to travel. Everything else was completely secondary because Great Britain is filled with a bunch of cooks.
Listen, you cannot go to England if you have a criminal record. I've had several friends of mine.
But apparently you can leave there just fine.
Yeah, I've had several friends fly all the way there, have some crazy shit in their record. They get turned around and sent back.
It's insane, man. Yeah, I mean, Lauren Brooks, one of our favorite guests. We've had her on the show like 3 or 4 times. She hasn't seen her fiance in 2 years because they won't let him leave Great Britain without a poke and smoke. It's pathetic.
Yep.
But yet this guy was able to, because they wanted to be inclusive and tolerant, he was able to fly over here, hold a bunch of people hostage. Thankfully, the only person who got wasted was him.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. I'm getting tired of this whole tolerance bullshit.
Because it's not tolerance.
No, it's not.
It's bigotry in disguise.
It doesn't work.
It's bigotry in disguise as tolerance. You can't call it tolerance when your idea of tolerance is white people are trash.
Oh, yeah, because we don't have institutional power. We can, sail and do all this horrible shit and burn down cities.
Yeah.
And it's mostly peaceful.
Yeah, white people don't pretend to be minorities to get scholarships and grants, right? And one of them's not a senator in Massachusetts, right? That never happened.
No. Oh, my God.
Because we have all the privilege. We would never have to lie about any such things because we can just walk into a liquor store, point at our face, and walk out with a 12-pack. We don't even have to pay for it.
That's right. We did that.
We did that skit about that. It's one of the funniest fucking skits we've ever done.
I wouldn't say it's the funniest. I'd say it's funny.
Up there, though.
It's
I don't know. Every time you watched it and I did the, okay. You lost it every time.
That was funny.
You were like giggling off camera. I'm like, dude, I got to fucking finish this.
Stop it, man.
Stop it. Just do that, man.
Stop touching it, man.
Hey. Don't touch it, man. Don't touch me, man. All right, we'll do a few super chats, and then we're going to get into the main subject of tonight. And this is, if you guys have not heard about this, it is so fucking egregious, I can't even explain it. The only way that I can explain it is to just read it to you. All right. Texas Badger says, I'm a mansplain 45. Will solve pedovid if inserted above the eyebrow appropriately. Yes, 45 will solve pedo problems, yes. Reaper01, look, guys, they basically paid my rent this month. $600 is $600.
Okay. Hang on a minute, man.
Well,
hang on. I'm just going to be honest. All right. You went to a house. They enticed you with money. They locked you in.
And you did it anyway.
The only thing that could have, you're lucky that the only thing that got shot was your penis.
And don't forget about the
shooting.
Yeah, don't forget about the shot collar.
You could have, he literally could have went down there. They locked him in.
Yeah.
They could have put one behind his ear with a 22 and cut him up and then flushed him down the toilet.
Yeah.
Dude, it could have went. Don't do that again, because you are going to run into a psycho one day, and it won't end well.
Yes. And I'm gonna read the rest of your chat.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a break for a whole week. Come on, man. Shout out to Wango Tango and Crusader Nate in the chat. Take me out with a blue screen Biden. But before I do that, I just want you to know you're the first person that I have ever met who has a clearance sticker on his dignity.
I love that one.
I love you, man. No homo, but I'm just saying. I think a week off isn't enough for you. You might need to take like a month off.
Listen, when you really think about it, he really came close to getting.
He could have been whacked.
Yeah, you could have been whacked, man.
He could have been whacked, yeah. They could have shot you full of something that doesn't come out with vinegar.
They could have drugged you, and you could be the Gimp from Pulp Fiction. Okay, you don't need that, man. Don't do it.
Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead.
I love that movie.
It's a great movie. Dung is fun. If you're trying to get lucky as a man, you lie your butt off and nothing but positivity comes out of your mouth. And being in shape helps. You accidentally wrote being a shape. Last time I checked, being round doesn't really get you chicks.
Now, listen, being in shape is like getting dividends
Oh, yeah.
Pays so many dividends.
Pays dividends in life and health and women.
Well, one, it really helps your mood. Two, it does stave off a lot of age-related illnesses.
Helps you sleep.
Yes, if you exhaust yourself enough, it will help you sleep. And three, if you're in shape, you only really need to run faster than the guy behind you who isn't in shape.
True enough.
Just saying.
Just saying. All right, next one up here. We got Texas Badger again. I'm CW01 of Texas Militia, North Texas. The laws do not allow us to present in voting present in voting places, even out of uniform. It doesn't exist. Militia's hands are tied by the federal agencies watching us. Well, you don't have to be in the voting place. No. You can be nearby, though.
You can be, I believe, in Michigan. You have to be, like, I think 200 meters away.
Yeah. And what was that? Come swallow a heels up, pulled my Harris actually violated election law by shouting at people with a megaphone from outside a precinct. Nothing fucking happened to her.
Nope. Yeah, I mean, so if you have 500 to 1,000 people 400 to 500 meters away,
yeah,
that goes a long way to, maybe it could stop shenanigans from taking place.
Maybe.
Now, I don't want any violence to break out.
No.
But I'm just saying.
Keeping people honest. That's all we're talking about.
Keep people honest. That's all we're talking about.
Wadley 225. Pop and Blake, local sheriffs should deputize veterans to be supervising at every poll place in the November elections. Do you think this will happen?
That is actually one of my ideas if I run the world.
It's not bad.
You get out of the service. You go back to your home of record or where you're going to live. You present yourself at the county sheriff. You give him your DD-214. He puts you on the list. Okay, and that is the deputization list. And if you're needed, guess what? Your phone rings. Come on in. Shit's going down.
Boom. All right. I sell cat litter. I love that one. Biden walks like 3PO from Star Wars.
Yes, he does.
Goodness gracious me. Yeah, he kind of does. The combat mechanic, the Air Force, it's like the Army, except for smart people. You mean the chair force?
Well, I've run into a lot of people now in the Army who are very smart.
You're an evil genius, Pop.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, you might be smarter in that you might live in more of a lap of luxury, but are you badass? Really? Yeah, not so much.
Well, I know,
there's a reason they call it a cockpit.
Mm-hmm. Well, in the Special Forces selection.
Yes.
The one I went to was 3 weeks long. And there's 3 gates. Okay, if you get basically invited to leave at the first gate, usually you screwed up the psycho eval or you didn't score high enough on the IQ test.
Things happen. We're almost to 1,000 people. Keep smashing that like button, guys. You're lagging by about 50%. Unacceptable.
You're slacking.
Big Dan in L.A. Joe Biden, head and shoulders salesman of the year.
You know what?
Nice.
That would actually be a good endorsement for him after he gets out of office.
The Fresh Prince of Smell Hair.
Yeah. You want to talk about easy money.
Yeah. Dung is fun. They set the rules so they can break them. Why shouldn't we as law-abiding citizens do the same thing? What's stopping us? They set the rules. We fall by them.
Yeah, I mean, if there's 1,000 people out there, okay, and they're all armed, what are you going to do?
Not a whole hell of a lot.
Okay, now
because they called a bunch of sightseeing tourists taking selfies an insurrection. If they actually saw the real thing, these people would shit themselves.
It would listen. When I was there in D.C. and I saw all of those people moving to the White House, there was about 500,000 people there. Now there was all these warnings about Antifa and BLM, and they did show up. But it was like...
They're a bunch of shaved cats.
There was like maybe 200 or 300 of them.
They're snake food.
Okay. Now, if you had 500,000 people with ill intent in their heart moving in one direction, you are not stopping them.
No.
It would have been horrible. That's why I went to my hotel room to order a submarine sandwich and watch the whole thing go down on TV.
That's the smart thing to do.
Well, listen, my esp was like, hey, this is going to be bad, man.
I gotta
Just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, we got too many glowies around.
My
Ray
fighting
Epps
days are over. I'm
Ray
just a
Epps
shit
is a
talker
federal
now.
agent talking shit.
Yeah, I'm just a shit talker now. My fighting days are done.
Yeah, if you don't know who Ray Epps is, you need to look that shit up because that's what we what's that word? Suspicious. That's right. The Bacon is in the chat. I feel summoned. Darkness intensifies.
Correct.
Haven't seen you in a while, good sir. Welcome back. Tony Soprano, regarding the treatments being restricted to white people, what would happen if you were to lie about it? What if you said you were a minority and weren't? I don't know. Ask Rachel Dolezal or Sean King.
Yeah.
That dude is so white, his placenta was the bag Wonder Bread comes in. Just saying.
Oh,
Who does he think he's fooling?
That's hilarious.
Seriously, he looks like he just wandered up from ground zero.
Yeah. That's insane.
You pasty bastard. He makes me look like I have a tan.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This whole like race thing is just getting out of hand.
Talcum X. Yeah, I forgot about Talcum X. That's funny shit. What would happen if you were to lie about it? Well, evidently, if you're in a blue state, you'll just get elected senator. Go figure.
And reelected.
Yes.
And reelected.
Yeah.
And
And then they'll say that you're the heir apparent to Hillary for running for president.
Yep.
And then you'll fail because you can't even drink beer correctly. Demaster 12, take a break for a week? No, never do that again. I concur. Reaper, keep it in your pants for a while, bro.
Dude.
I know it sucks. You got to do the 5-knuckle shuffle. Maybe you might even have to have a friend come over that you trust with your life and do a double Dutch rider. I don't care. Fact of the matter is, it's fucked up.
Yeah. You could have been the gimp.
He could bring out the gimp. The gimp sleeps.
I'm not even kidding.
I know, he could have been the gimp.
No.
At least he would have a nice leather outfit. Or perhaps it's latex. The world may never know. Evil Zombie Tail, my triple jabbed stepdad got the coup from my double jabbed mom. And that's when he's not home. He still believes it lessened his symptoms and praises the
Oh, my God.
propaganda, dude. Propaganda. Holy shit. But that's how these people are, man. Well, I mean, I know I got it when I'm following all the rules, but if everyone else would just follow the rules, then it would go away.
Well, first of all,
Sure,
it's
sure.
already gone away. It's weakened to the point where it's not even that fatal anymore.
There are legit medical experts telling you, go out, have a pox party, catch the coof, and you'll be inoculated naturally, and the resistance is far superior to anything Big Pharma can ever give you.
Yeah, like I'm going to say this right now. If we had a pathogen floating around out there that had let's say a 20% death rate,
Yeah.
then there could be some craziness for looking for a vaccine or a cure for
Yeah,
it.
you'd be looking at like Ebola or something, and even then,
Ebola is it's a 60% death rate. And it literally burns through the population faster, and it wears itself out.
yep.
So, I mean, I'm not a professional, but tanking your economy, committing genocide, violating the Constitution. There's probably a couple in there I'm forgetting.
Yeah, so
over
basic-
something with a 99.76% survival rate.
Yeah. Following the advice of any of these ass bags, knowing full well that if there were results to be seen from these behaviors, we would have seen them by now.
Yeah,
If you're still listening to them, I'm sorry, there's no hope for you.
that's right. You have literally... Back in the day, people used to go to college to learn how to think. Now they go there to be told what to think.
Yep.
And the difference between somebody who knows how to think and somebody who's told how to think is the person who's told how to think is weak.
Yep. And that's why over half of them have mental illnesses. Oh,
No. Say it isn't
that
so.
can't be true. Oh, it is.
Uh-huh.
We have the receipts. If you didn't watch that stream, you probably should.
Get on with it.
Get on with it. Jimmy Bones, the California Nebula is around 1,400 light years away from my state. Why can't Cuckofornia be the same distance away?
You're going to see some crazy shit happen with some of these blue states in the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. If California is successful in doubling its taxes and gets a Supreme Court smackdown, not to mention numerous civil lawsuits from trying to tax people who leave the state, that state is going to go bankrupt so fucking fast, it is going to hemorrhage its population, and then it's all over for them.
Correct.
Wah, wah, wah. Kiro Ninja 00. Hey, Pop, my mother and my aunt both got the coof around the same time. My mother killed it in a couple of days and is not poked, but my aunt has been sick for over a week, and she is poked. Shocker. I got sick and not poked, and I killed it quickly, too. It does not work. Not going to say he's wrong.
Well, anecdotally, I would say you're correct.
Am I going to tell people what to do? No.
No, I'm not a
If
doctor.
you want to go roll the dice on this unproven shit, you go right the hell ahead. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life, but don't try to tell me what to do just because you disagree.
Now, did you watch that piece on Joe Rogan where he was talking with an individual who said if you catch the coof, you have a 6 to 8 time greater chance of getting a heart irritation than if you get the shot?
That's what?
I'm just saying. So my thing is this. If you're rolling the dice on a 1 in 5,000 chance of getting
Wouldn't that
heart
be
irritation.
backwards?
No.
Because you said if you catch the coof, you have a 6 times higher rate of
Yes,
getting a heart irritation.
if you catch the coof, supposedly,
Allegedly.
you have a 6 to 8 time higher chance of getting heart irritation than if you just get the vaccination.
And yet I have not heard of any correlation to that at nearly the rate that we're seeing with the poke.
Yeah, absolutely correct. But my thing is this. Why risk it?
Yeah.
If you're going to get the poke and risk a 1 in 5,000 chance of getting heart irritation, and then it might not even work, and you still catch the coof. What is the upside?
Then you're double tapping.
Yeah, and then every time you got to get like a boost or poke and smoke, you're basically re-rolling the dice every single time.
Every time. All right, Master 12. What do you think? Why do you think those in power and on the left are pedos or nonce apologists? To be honest, I can only prescribe it to them being satanic puppets whose souls have been so corrupted by evil that their values/lusts have become a demonic inversion of God.
Exactly. Listen, you said it way better than I did. I was going to say they're basically satanic assholes.
Well, I mean, you convince yourself that there's no consequences to your actions long term. We'll see how that works out for you.
Well, to be honest,
as far
with
as
you,
I'm concerned,
I know a few people who are Satanists, and they are the most heathenistic individuals I've ever met. They have no fucks to give. They have no sympathy. They don't give a shit. And if you take that attitude, and a lot of our politicians have the almost exact same attitude.
Yep.
Whether or not they bend the knee to old Scratch, I don't know. I'm not making any accusations. I'm just saying it's very strange.
I'm just saying. Shots fired here in this next chat. I'm just going to say, Demaster 12, Reaper 01, your subservience to your vulgar lusts is a vice that I can only prescribe to something subhuman. You're the kind of person for whom I coined the pejorative fuck monkey. May your shame burn forever like Chipotle served in hell.
Wow! Woo!
I didn't say it. I'm just reading it.
Look, man.
Wowza. Woo. That makes you sweat a little bit.
I'm just saying, man.
Down to side 13. All the jab supervisors at work got the coof. Only 3 supers can still work now. We're fucked if we get a snowstorm for 2 weeks. I was by them all, unjabbed, not sick, and I got my best mile time on the elliptical. What really gets the noggin jogging. Noff.
Absolutely correct.
Yep. Joe McShits himself. With this shit happening and the weather signs of a total upside down fucking of the planet, the end is probably within 2030 to 2040. Maybe your 36 to 38 number is our prediction, Pop.
Maybe.
We shall see. Well, I mean, we're not going to go full doomsday prediction like that stupid preacher. The world's going to end in 2010. I actually shot a wedding the day that he said Armageddon was supposed to hit. Everybody at the reception was having a fucking laugh and a half over that stuff, man. It was hilarious.
Yeah, and listen, I did a layer on this 6 months ago. All right, now you ever take a top and spin it, and it works real good for a little while?
Boom!
And then it starts to wobble.
And yeah, this is where we're at right now.
We're in the wobble phase right now.
The topple comes next.
Yep.
All right, we finally got Matt MGTOW.TV working here. Coem Genus. I've read some cop books. They said that sexual predators, if they let their victims live, it only happens once. Because after they get convicted, their time inside is pure hell. After being released, they will kill their victims to ensure there's no witnesses. Yeah, they're not releasing these people rehabilitated.
No.
They're releasing them reinvigorated.
Well, most people who go to prison don't get rehabilitated.
No. They get more drug connections.
Or they learn new scams.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're basically sending them to crime college.
Well,
I got my degree 4 years in that crime college. All I had to do was drop the soap. In fact, that's embarrassing. Don't want to talk about it.
I'm going to make it's very similar to socialism.
Yeah.
It just wasn't done right. I can do a crime better. I just did it wrong last time.
Yeah, I gotta do it better this time, and I won't get caught.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, fucking T-Most 68. We are so screwed with these morons in charge.
Yes, we are.
Amen. All right, now it's time for the main subject of the night. You guys are gonna love this. Oh boy.
Now this one spun me up here.
Yeah, because this is fucked up. Tough situation. My ex-girlfriend has cancer and asked me to adopt her son in case something happened. I said no, and now my family hates me. Keep that in mind, because we're going to take a quick sponsor break. Have you ever wondered what a world run by Leftoids would look like? It would be a living nightmare.
All employees with a criminal record are now entered into the lottery. The winners are allowed the honor of sacrificing their lives to decrease CO2 emissions.
People are okay with that?
But it turns out that the best way to stave off Marxism is to mock it relentlessly and creatively with movies like Tag Conspiracy.
And now, with only a 15 to 20% discharge error rate.
Whistleblower Brett Mauser is back with his most hilarious and cinematic effort to date. And you can support free speech films like this by going to notsosane.com.
Let's do this!
Rent or buy a copy today. A link is in the Meat Gazer box. But of course Pop isn't back yet, so I'm going to show you that one. Out with the old, in with the new. Yeah. All right. Let's jump over here. I'll read you a little bit of this. Pop knows where it's all going. Maintaining a relationship with an ex after a breakup is rarely easy, but one man has revealed the difficult situation he faced when his former partner was diagnosed with cancer. The 31-year-old man shared how his 29-year-old ex asked him to adopt her son from a previous relationship if the worst should happen to her. Now, keep paying attention, because pretty soon you're going to understand exactly how and why she got the big C word. Taking to Reddit to ask people's opinions about his action, the man said, I met my ex-girlfriend on a dating app 7 years ago. And this is why I'm talking, like, pantomiming him with this voice. She had a son, 6 months at the time, and she was with multiple guys and ended up pregnant. She still don't know who's the bio father.
And he stepped right up to pay the bills for 5 years.
And dated her for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't that much of an issue since she seems like a great person and we had a lot in common.
I just want to know who was paying the bills, who was working and who wasn't.
Oh, she love bombed him.
Probably.
Because that's what single moms do. They love bomb you. They will give you the best header you ever had. They will show you moves in bed that you thought only existed in Ornpay.
or at one of those ranches in Vegas.
They'll beg for it in every hole. They'll swallow every drop, and they'll even tell you that you can videotape it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to be like, if you're young
This
and
is
dick
great.
think, this is the best ever. Oh, she different. She loves me.
Oh, what could go wrong?
After a few weeks of chatting, we went on our first date. We had a great time. After that, we just started hanging out whenever she could. And shortly after, she introduced me to her son. And thus, the emotional manipulation begins. After a few months into their relationship, they moved in together to save money.
Oh my God.
Gee, I wonder whose idea that could have been.
The person with the child, maybe?
Perhaps. I started to help her take care of her child whenever I could, and we really grew quite fond of each other. He even started calling me Papa. And we just went along with it since my girlfriend didn't mind. As long as you didn't try to discipline him. Right. You're not his daddy. Bitch, you don't even know who his daddy is.
That's right. And he's lucky he wasn't in Canada.
Hang on, here we go. But all good things must come all over her face.
Or an end.
Almost 5 years into our relationship, she told me that she wants to break up because I became boring and not an active person like I used to be. We used to go on hikes and travel around the country on weekends. And why? Because I work too much. Gee, I wonder why. Could it be to provide her with a lifestyle that she probably demanded?
And this is actually fairly common. Like they hang you, they harangue you, and harangue you for more shit, more resources.
Sarah's husband got her this.
Yeah.
Julie's husband did that.
So you work your ass off.
He takes her to this restaurant. Why can't we do that?
That's right. And then you work your ass off to do that. You work too much.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck?
It was a rough time after that, and I had a hard time accepting it, although not as hard as having to explain to a 5-year-old that he'll no longer be seeing his papa. But I managed to get over it after a few months, found a better job that allowed me to work remotely, and had a lot of free time, so I managed to explore a few other countries. This is what swallowing the red pill looks like.
Yep.
Here we go. A few days ago, I got a call from my ex. She said that she's sick and she's in the hospital, and they removed one of her breasts, but recently they found a tumor in her other breast and will have to have it removed as well. Gee, could that be complications from HPV? A heavily penised vagina?
Well, I mean, if it's breast cancer, titties get sick.
The HPV is, it can affect anywhere, not just cervical cancer.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm not a doctor. I don't know.
Positive.
But titties get sick.
Yeah, titties get sick.
And what are you gonna do?
And it's a sad day when titties get sick.
Yeah, look, I like titties.
It's one of God's most miraculous creations.
But I'm getting sick and tired of seeing all these sick titty, ribbons everywhere.
Yeah.
When have you seen like a prostate cancer ribbon?
Yeah. When am I going to buy my Hungry Howie's pizza with the prostate cancer ribbon on it? Eh?
Yeah,
I gotta buy pizzas in ugly ass pink boxes for a whole month.
I won't even do that.
Yeah. Stupid. They found a tumor in her other breast, only to have it removed as well. She's scared she might die if it doesn't work out, and asked me if I'd be willing to become her son's legal guardian and adopt him since she has no one else to ask. All right.
Here we go.
Whose fucking fault is that? If she has no one else to ask, she fucked up somewhere.
Bad.
Yeah.
Well, for one, you didn't know who the actual biological father is.
Yeah. Where's the bio dad? Where's her family? Where's her friends? She doesn't have anyone? Or has she driven them all away, being an entitled quantaha, the kind of person who would throw away a good dude because he's boring, which is really code speak for responsible and a good dude and not giving you the kind of drama that the emotional roller coaster you used to running in your sick, twisted thinking meat represents. Fuck you.
And here's another thing. She probably thought he was great in the beginning, and slowly but surely she wanted to change him.
Yep.
To what she wanted. And then when she was successful,
she lost all respect for him.
And she got bored.
Happens all the time. Never, ever let a woman change you guys.
Yeah.
Ever.
No.
Because as soon as she's successful, she's going to lose all interest in you.
Well, first of all, if you want to have a woman in your life, you just be you and don't be willing to change.
Yeah.
If they stick around, great. If they don't, so what? Leave the number at the meat counter. Your turn is over.
Yeah.
It's time to move on to another piece of meat.
Yeah, she can go down the street to the guy who sticks his dick through the hole in the screen door.
That's right. She can,
I hear they get great health benefits at the glory hole attendant slot. Half those chicks got HPV anyway. And HPM. I got heavily penised vagina and mouth. Oh, you got HPV and RPM. There you go. Heavily penised vagina and ram-poked mouth. Looking like AOC on the Congress floor. Same IQ as a blow-up doll.
Oh, my God.
I live a different lifestyle now. Travel a lot, invest in myself, so I told her that I can't do it. She told me that her son misses me and would love to see me, but I said no again, and she started crying and calling me names before cutting the call.
Uh-huh.
I talked to my sister and parents, I'm guessing one of them is a stepdad, about this, and they told me that it's a fucked up thing to refuse it after all those years I spent with them. Was it a fucked up thing to kick him to the fucking curb after spending 5 years with them?
Yeah, he's been out of the kid's life for 2 years now.
And that's a long time to a kid, especially if he's only 5.
Yeah.
Well, he'd be 7 at this point.
He'd be 7 now, yeah.
But still, I mean, he hasn't seen the kid since he was 5.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee that he wouldn't even remember him very clearly.
He'd probably still remember him, but it's been 2 years.
He's not going to have that connection, though.
No, you're better off just bowing out.
Yeah. Am I the asshole for not wanting to adopt my dying girlfriend's child? No, you're not.
I mean, why the hell? I mean, it's what, $283,000 to raise a kid from 0 to 18 nowadays?
Mm-hmm.
That's just one. Now, granted, if you have additional kids, it's not $280 per kid. It goes down because there's stuff left behind and hand-me-down shit. But why does his family think it's okay to guilt him into voluntarily willing to lay down $280,000?
Yeah.
No.
She was a cold-blooded bitch to break it off with him for such a fucking petty reason. And here's something that nobody...
She's a Kwanzaa hut.
Here's something that this article doesn't address. What if she survives? Now he's legally bound to the kid and her.
For and she'll hit
for child support. Exactly.
No.
No. She's looking for the sympathy meal ticket because she knows that after how she treated him, he would never come back to her willingly.
Correct. What a Kwanzaa hut.
Kwanzaa hut. A Skeetza hut.
you know what a Kwanzaa hut is, right?
Kwanzaa hut? No.
It's one of those half-dome old World War II barracks.
Oh, okay.
You can see them in Gomer Pyle and stuff.
It sounds like something that Riggs would get into on an Indian reservation.
Yes, and walk away with an itch.
You get a dick worm. Where were you at last night, Riggs? I was in the Kwanzaa.
I didn't catch syphilis. I just got syphili.
Oh, you got syphili. How you doing, man?
Syphili will become syphilis.
What do you guys think? Let us know in the chat what you would do in this situation. I mean, we're both on the same page here.
No.
This bitch, I mean, you don't wish death on anybody. You don't wish cancer on anybody. Her actions are what brought her to this point.
Yeah.
And sorry, but if you kick a dude to the curb just because you want drama in your life, you deserve no sympathy. You might not deserve cancer, but you deserve no sympathy, and you sure as shit don't deserve help.
But what we're seeing here is you're seeing the backlash against a man who has dignity, honor, and self-respect for himself.
Yeah. I think that's
everyone
what it
hates
is.
him for it.
I think that's what it is. He used to be the cuck.
Yeah.
Because he wrote a check. He was willing to write a check against a woman who didn't even know who the father of her child was.
What are you thinking? That's got to be like the Chinese flag of red flags.
The only smart thing he did was not write a check against it in 5 years.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
And now he's doing his deal. And she's asking him for something again after treating him like shit. And he's having the self-respect and the spine to say no.
All right. Now listen.
And that makes him the bad guy.
He was with this woman for 5 years. She had a 6-month-old when he decided to get on with this. She basically says, "You're too boring. I'm out. You work too much." So he's emotionally attached to the kid. He's emotionally attached to her. that probably inflicted an insane amount of emotional pain on him, which you and I both know is the catalyst for most men to take the red pill.
Yes.
So she did it to herself by fucking the guy over.
Not to mention the emotional damage that she perpetrated on the kid by making such a selfish decision in the first place. This kid is at a very impressionable age, and now he's going to have abandonment issues, and he has to deal with a mom who's sick. So you're probably going to wind up with a healthy dose of Munchausen syndrome once this kid hits puberty, because his mom is obviously, milking this cancer shit for attention. Oh, it is bad news bears all the way for this kid. This is why fatherless homes are a fucking cancer. Oh, and by the way, you wanted a life that wasn't boring? Cancer's not boring.
There you go.
After all, you get to read all those books while you're getting your insides poisoned by Big Pharma. Fuck him!
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't want anyone to get cancer, but...
No. I lost my dad to it.
Yeah.
It is not a pretty sight. When you are 19 years old and you got to pick your dad up off the floor in the middle of the night because he can't make it to the bathroom to take a piss because he's too fucking weak, that shit tends to stick with you.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Do you remember, did you see Creed?
Yeah.
When Stallone has cancer,
Yeah.
and then they're doing all that stuff for him. Oh,
that rocked you, huh?
It rocked me hard, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I remember this.
I'm gonna be honest.
I remember this shit vividly.
I don't know if I'm brave enough or strong enough to deal with that. I might, if I got cancer, I might try to fight it a little bit. But if it was evident, I'm done.
You might go full Wilson.
I'm going to leave my keys at the desk and check the fuck out.
Yeah. You remember, that's how House ended. Wilson is his buddy.
Yeah.
They had 6 months to live.
Uh-huh.
House faked his own death so that he could spend Wilson's last 6 months with him. And the only thing Wilson wanted was, hey, if it starts to get really bad, can I count on you? He's like, cancer's boring. Where do you want to go? Jump on some motorbikes and ride off into the fucking sunset.
That's awesome.
A lot of people pissed and moaned about the end of that show. I thought it was perfect.
Yeah.
Because, hey, if you're really a good friend with a dude and he's got the big C word, you're going to be there for him.
Yep.
As much as you can. Even if it sucks. And I can tell you from experience, it sucks.
You can leave the little pill bottle full of all of the final ending pills and come back when it's all done.
Yep. You ever see $1 Million Baby?
Mm-hmm.
That's another great movie.
That one broke me.
Yeah.
Because that was so fucked up.
Yeah. Great movie, man. I went and saw it 3 times in the theater, but I felt like a masochist for doing it. I was like, but it's so fucking good.
It was good, but I could not sit through that 3 times.
Yeah. I like the Bleach conversation.
When Clint, you know what? When Clint Eastwood dies, if I can, I might go to his funeral. He's like the only celebrity that I actually care for.
Now that Robin Williams is gone?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, we could do another Robin Williams style episode for Clint Eastwood.
Oh, fuck yeah. That dude's a fucking beast.
Dude's a legend.
Yeah.
Absolute fucking legend.
Truly is.
Speaking of which, Irish Lover 7745, in the voice of Clint Eastwood, I used to stack bodies 5 deep like cordwood back in Korea. The pandemic we need to eliminate the surplus population and the older geriatric populations.
I've used that line on people before to scare the shit out of them. Like, yeah, you guess what? When I'd show up, I'd stack people's like fucking cordwood right next to the pyramid of heads they were cutting off hours, weeks, and months before I showed up.
And that is nothing compared to the shit that went on in the Abu Ghraib prison before you got there.
Oh my God!
That place is hella haunted.
I think they tore it down. I hope they did.
Even then, it's not going to fix the haunted.
No. Only thing that fixes haunted is time.
Yeah, if you haven't seen those Lair episodes about Abu Ghraib prison and all the haunted shit that goes on there, check them out.
And one of the Lairs actually have the satellite imagery of Abu Ghraib, and I go through all of the different towers and cell blocks and what was taking place.
The one that really fucked me up was the story of the ghost child.
Oh!
And like dozens of dudes saw it.
Well, actually, it was 3 different dudes.
But you said that it like
directly by it on the stairs, and a couple of other I'd say 8 or 9, saw the kid on several occasions come around the corner and disappear. So I would say probably a good 12 or 15 people.
Ugh.
Yeah, and you see the look on their face when the light would come on. The kid's back! And it's like 3 in the morning.
It's a
and I come out.
ghost. Deal with it.
I know, and I have my hand on the lights. And I'm like, it's fucking dead. It's a ghost. And I look right at the guy who's right by the door. He's like, and I turn the lights off.
Just got dark in here.
And the next day, he's like, I need to move my bed. I can't handle this. I'm like, no problem. Move away from the door, bro. I got it.
I get it. Yeah. I mean, you could have fucked with him if you. Oh, you want to move your?
No, I would not. I would not do that.
No, I get it. It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Salty Army in the chat. Yes, the salt must flow. Dr. Fi, infuriated by politicians' consistent hypocrisy over the last 2 years. It's happening up here a lot. It's not just AOC. Oh, I know.
Oh, no.
You have the cuck supreme hypocrite in chief up in Canuckistan. Like he is.
Oh, my God.
Trudeau is the demon spawn Castro piece of shit of the universe. Like that dude, he is so trying to convince the world he's got big dick energy, and it is really not working.
This is my theory. Up in Canuckistan.
His mother's a whore.
No.
Well, she was.
Yeah,
she was. Yeah. Everyone's seen her push by now.
That they actually did some stunning and brave ice cream social shit up there and fooled all of Canuckistan.
Yeah.
And like, well, it worked here.
Yeah. Well, he got reelected totally fairly. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Even though it completely flies in the face of everything leftists claim to believe about the whole brown face thing.
Yep.
And that was fresh in people's minds at the time. Oh, and the same thing happened in France. Macron getting elected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nobody really saw that coming either. I'm wondering if there's a correlation there. There might be 80 million scoops of ice cream laying around somewhere. We just need to find them before they melt.
Well, I think there's more than that.
Probably
all
a
the
lot
different countries that have had the ice cream social problems.
A few 100 million. Thumper the sweaty fat guy. I can tell a lot about people by if they have a face diaper or not. Timid, weak, obedient, easily manipulated, scared. Such low T can't get ants hard. Nice. Tanker Boy Sabo. Gentlemen, I am here and I'm driving home from work and listening to you guys. Hey, how you doing? Just make sure you keep your eyes on the road.
Yeah, don't fuck yourself up.
And your hands on the wheel. Keep them out of your pants. Don't want to know.
Let's not have an argument with physics.
Bottom line is you can always have a little too much horn talk. Thomas Kraft. Tabasco sauce is Drake's favorite condiment.
Yeah, I like that.
$25 donation. I think this qualifies.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
The Bacon says the tube clearly doesn't want my comment read. Oh, no. Are they fucking with you, bro? Sorry about that.
Send in an email.
Send it in an email or send it to Streamlabs. Streamlabs will not censor you. Atomic Dimension Traveler, sympathy for X's are for Simp Nation and not for real red-blooded masculine men. Amen!
Let's see. There are some instances where when you break up with a woman and it is mutual and, if something bad were to happen or you might come to her aid or something,
But adopt her kid?
No.
And be hogtied to her for life?
Yeah. Well, my buddy's father was a good guy, and he amicably divorced my buddy's mother. And 10 years on, every once in a while, he would have to go over there. And he wouldn't have to, but he willingly went over there to help her out a couple times. But I myself wouldn't do that, but, Oh, it's so funny.
You'll find out.
Oh, God.
Thumper the sweaty fat guy. Check the email and bring a towel to wipe up the moisture. As for the chick, not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent ever. Dana Carvey as Bush. All right. Not me, but I know a guy. I decided to try out the local glory hole a while back.
What?
And it was going great until I heard a man's moan on the other side. I about freaked. It was a man's dick in my mouth the whole time. You thought it was a woman's penis. I understand.
Get the hell out of here. Oh, my God.
Oh, Oh, you disgusting bastards.
Oh, my God, that's funny.
That was funny shit.
That's good shit.
Irish Lever 7745 would be so gone, there would only be a trail of flames from the DeLorean. Out of time.
Warp trail out your ass.
Great Scott.
Leave the sector.
This is heavy. In Fantasy I Die, a wrestler who Dems like Stone Cold Steve Autism. Nice. And they only weaponize him for fundraising. Oh, sorry, but it's true. Virtue signaling fucktards. You ask any one of them to adopt an autistic child, you know what they're going to say? Oh, I don't have time. I got to go off and do some stuff.
Listen, that's a lot to ask anyone.
Of course it's a lot to ask anyone. I understand that completely. But these are the same people who insist that they are tolerant, inclusive, and they would totally open their homes to refugees and migrants and the like, and it's all bullshit. We all know it. All the people who encourage you to do such a thing would never do it themselves. They would just do it.
Very few people.
Yeah, very few people. Well, the thing is, they wouldn't be telling you to do it. They'd be too busy doing it themselves and leading by example.
That's absolutely correct.
Yeah. Bar One Studios, peak capitalism move. Charge Western tourists for paranormal tours of Abu Ghraib. Open a haunted house during the Halloween season. Works for Eloise. Yeah, Eloise is nice and close. Might explain why they're not returning our phone calls.
Yep.
Irish Lover 7745. Clint Eastwood voice. I meant geriatric politicians. For fuck's sakes, Blake. Okay, fine. No, with a 1776 donation. Popular dewormers have anti-cancer properties. Heat therapy out of Germany works great too, even stage 4. All a search engine search or 3 away. Yeah, if you have DuckDuckGo, if you got Google, they're in bed.
Well, I have that one buddy of mine who got rid of bone cancer. And the exact same thing he did.
Goat belly.
My buddy's wife did when she had tumors in her liver.
Yeah.
Both of them gone.
Jail. Yeah, we're going to have him on the show. Even if he's got bad breath, I'm just going to make sure he sits over there.
No, he won't be able to come here physically.
Nah.
He's in Texas. And
I'm going to be going to Texas pretty soon. Maybe
he works
I can have
way
him
too
down
many
there.
hours.
Hey, the fucker. To Master 12, breast cancer is a common delayed side effect of women who've had an abortion. Now do you know why breast cancer has gotten so much more common since the 70s? It's the same thing with autism. Women waiting longer and longer to have children means a higher likelihood of birth defects.
I got to see the study on the abortion link to
I'll have to look that up too.
To breast cancer.
I have zero sympathy for baby murderers. If cancer kills them, I call it karma. Jackal McFuck that bitch.
I swear to God, they're making these screen names.
Do you have like a little journal? You just write down these names while you're at work all day. What does your employer think you're doing?
Yeah.
If I was somehow in some twisted universe where I had a girlfriend, a.k.a. tormentor, and she got sick and then wanted me to take care of her living pussy starburst, I'd look her dead in the eyes. My years with you were hell. Now you're going to spend eternity in it. Ooh. Cold. I approve. Jimmy Bones, Blake, I love you, no homo. Ugh. But if you ever put another image of big meaty labias in an uncut pop culture episode ever again, I can't guarantee I won't drive up there and punch you in the face.
Are you talking about that one with the long ass, like 8-inch long lips?
The most fucked up part about that is that I actually found that in a group of people who thought that was hot.
Oh my God.
It was disgusting.
Oh.
It looked like hentai. Ugh. In this case, if you're not a member, I might have saved you some therapy.
That was pretty disturbing.
Yes, it is. Sorry about that, Jimmy. Except I'm not. Jackal makes her cry. Reaper, I don't care if a fox girl hybrid with the plumpest ass and perkiest tits knocks on your door one snowy night asking you to be her mate for life. Stop giving them satisfaction. They started their own problems. Leave them to suffer with them.
That's right. That's right. And guess what? If you break up with a woman, never go back.
Never, ever go back.
Never go back.
Loyal 9 over on Odyssey. How you doing, good sir? Keep up the great work, fellas. Thanks for having me on the show. We're going to have you on again, good sir. It was our pleasure. Berserker Brad 1983. Mankind's greatest weakness is female brain chemistry. Ooh, harsh. Probably true.
Yep.
And there's also the whole dick thinking thing that responds to the female brain chemistry. And the physical chemistry that comes along with it.
How many countless men have died, fucked up their lives to no end because they were dick thinking.
Yep. It is what it is. That's why we grow out of it. Because eventually, as we grow older, we have less and less tolerance for things that are not good for us.
No, it's not it at all.
Well,
you get to the point where you're like, hey, those are nice titties, but what about this deductible?
Yeah. You start to think about the other stuff that goes along with it.
Smash the car again. You're a habitual car crasher. Don't turn on the headlights.
You want a new car, huh? No, I think we're good. Ballistic Zero on MGTOW.tv. My retention NCO reared his ugly head today. Said, hey, man, you said you were going to go to Alaska. Let's talk. I just told him I'm going there as a hermit, but let me ask my significant other. Hey, honey, you want me to re-up? Took a step forward in a 180 and screamed, no, fuck that.
Listen, if there's anybody out there watching this that is an active duty, I need to know what the retention numbers for this year and last year are.
They're probably shit.
Because I've heard as soon as this whole mandate talk started coming down the pipe, there was just a rash of retirement packages that were submitted.
Yep. He says, see, Master Sergeant, she doesn't want to. I don't think he likes me or my jokes no more.
No.
Especially when you're pretending to be a woman.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Radium LE 1985 says, but titties are really nice. I concur, but you know what? What comes along with them sometimes? I don't know.
There's a lot of problems.
Wow, we haven't even gone to new tech yet. We got 228 people watching us on Odyssey.
Wow.
Outstanding.
All right.
Thank you all very much for tuning in. 1,031 over on YouTube.
On Tube of the U?
On Tube of the U. Yeah, on D-Live, we got 85. Twitch, 81. And on MGTOW.tv, 48.
All right.
All right. One last super chat here before we swing on over to new tech for the Coof talk, because, we can't get too deep into it here, otherwise we'll get banned.
Yep.
1997 Heritage. I'm willing to bet AOC's downstairs looks like a basset hound that ate a mayonnaise sandwich.
Oh, God. Oh, wow.
I'm just picturing it. Need more wine after that. Reaper 01. Pop gave me the double knife hand. Lesson learned. Yes. Yeah. Never do that shit again. I'm just saying. All right, gentlemen. If you care to follow us over to New Tech to talk about some cool facts, we're going to be over there in just a few minutes. I will place links in the chat for you guys to follow over. If not, we'll see you Thursday. Same bat time, same bat channel.
All right.
And now Pop's going to go drain his squirrel bladder because that's what he's good at.
Hey, man. Stop it.